Right. So again, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, to all of you. We'll discuss today about interest rates and security valuation. So we will continue our discussion about the determinants of interest rates. Ito naman is more on ano ba yung mga interest rates and other interest rates, and at the same time the security valuations. Okay. We go first with our various interest rates measures. No, we discussed already, about this one, in our first meeting, or our first slide, no, or first video. No, the term interest rates can have many different meaning, no, depending on the time frame used in terms of the analysis, no, and the type of the security being analyzed. So sabi nila, di ba, we discussed it last time, no, about the nominal rate, no, about the coupon interest rate, or any other return, no. So ano bang ibig sabihin ng coupon rate? Interest rate on a bond instruments used to calculate the annual cash flow. 'Di ba? Ito yung coupon, ito yung stated rate na nakikita natin, no, in our instruments. We have also required rate of return, no? So required rate of return is the interest rate an investor should receive on a security, okay, on a given risk. So we have here your risk, okay. We have also here our expected rate of return. Magkaiba ang required with our expected. So the expected rate of return naman, interest rate an investor expects to receive on a security if he or she buys the security on its current market price. Okay? Again, ano pa kakaiba nila? Should receive on the required, while expected, expect pa lang. You will expecting for that. Okay? From the current year, or all expected payments, and sells them at the end of the investment horizon. We have also here what you call realized rate of return. So ano naman yung mga realized rate of return natin? Uh, Tapos na-realize mo na, okay? Ibig sabihin, an actual interest rate earned, an actual on the investment, or on the financial security, or realized rate of return on the historical cost, or it measures in terms of our interest. Okay. So, yan yung ating various interest rates, ha. Okay, ito na. We have here formula. So, required rate of return. Okay. So, the interest rate used to find the fair present value of a financial security is the required rate of return. We go back to our we go to my definitions, or you go to my video, no, about computing for the present value. Bakit ganun yung formula niya? The PV is equals to cash flow divided by 1 plus R. Kasi nga yan ay discounting. Go to my video about discounting and compounding, no? Nandun siya sa ARSC pay review, para you can be able to understand this cash flow, no? The reason why we divide, no? Because we compute for the present value, no? While compounding, we multiply. So ano kabaliktaran ng multiplications? Because from the future value to the present value. Okay. So functions on the various risks associated with a security, and thus you have an interest rates, or you have an investor should receive in a given security. Okay? Okay. So rate or an investor should receive on a security in a given risk. We discussed already about default risk, di ba? Go to my first video about default risk, about default liquidity, or any other risk involved. Okay, again, X ante measure of the interest rate on a security present value is equals to cash flow of 1 divided by 1 plus R plus CF2 divided by 1 plus R, and so on and so forth. Again, when R is the required rate of return, while cash flow, or the CF, is your cash flow, or projected in a period, and the number of periods in terms of our investment. So ito yung ating formula class. Hopefully, you still remember our discussion. Okay, next one. We have here expected rate of return. So again, expected, ina-expect mo pa lang, no? So ER, or the expected return on a security, is the interest rate, okay? Uh, or the interest rate in a market participant, okay? Expect to earn by buying the security or its current market price. Or you will receive all projected cash flow on a security, okay? Or selling them at the security at the end of the participant's investment. Class, if you notice, parang same lang yan kanina. CF, pero class, please take note of the interest. Ano pa kakaiba niya? Dito class, yung ER is the expected. Kanina is yung rate na required. No, di ba? Yan ang mga kaiba ng dalawa. No? Same lang naman yung formula in computing for your present value. Okay? Ganun na class ha. So, ER is the expected rate of return. Your CF1 is the cash flow projected in a period, and N is your number of periods. Okay. We go now to the required versus expected, the role of efficient market. Okay. The speed in which your financial security prices adjust to the unexpected news, not to maintain the equality with the fair market value of the security, is known as the expected, or the market efficiency. Again, the speed with which financial security prices adjust. So the keyword here, you will adjust it to the unexpected news or any other news, no? To maintain equality. So there would be what you call parang equilibrium na tinatawag natin. Okay? Is referred to as, so you will adjust it with the fair market value of the security. It is known as the market efficiency. Okay? So if the financial market are efficient, which tend to be the case most of the time, all right, the current market price of a security is equal to the fair market value of the present value, or will equal to its fair price for the present value if it is efficient. Okay. When an event occurs that unexpected changes interest rate or characteristics of a financial security, the current market price of a security can temporarily diverge from the fair market value. As a basic rule, dapat yan ay equal if the financial market is efficient. Okay, so yan yung pinaka natin na basic rule. Okay. Next one. Realized rate of return. So ano naman yung realized rate of return? Or a financial security is the interest rate actually earned on an investment on a given security. Okay. Exposed measure of the interest rate on a security. So actually earned. Kaya nga realized na. Diba? If you notice, realized rate is already earned. Is already actually earned. That's why the formula here, if you notice, there would be a realized rate of return. No, is greater than the required rate of return because already realized. No, and the market participant earned more or less than what was needed to be compensated for the ex ante or expected risk of investing on a given security. Okay. So, yan ha. So, yan yung ating realize. Plus, if you notice, parang pare-parehas lang naman yung formula natin, no? Kaya lang dito, class, in computing for the present value, you have your RCF or the realized rate of return already. It is not, di ba, last ang ginawa natin ay the CF or cash flow. Cash flow din to, no? Okay. Alright, sige. We go now to the bond valuation. So go also to my video about bond valuations, no? So ito lang, I review on our discussions. So what do you mean of bond valuation? It employs now time value of money concepts. We go to my video about pagkakaiba ng present value and the future value, no? So bond valuation employs the time value of money, wherein the fair value of the bond reflects the present value of all cash. Yeah, yung binabayaran mo raw ay it will reflect the present value of it, or the projected to be received on that bond discounted at the required rate of return, or rate of return of your bonds. The expected return, ina-expect mo pa lang, is the interest rate that equates the current market price of the bond with the present value of all promised cash flow received over the life of the bond. So you will compute for the present value. And we have also here your realized rate of return on a bond is the actual return earned on the bond investment that has already been taken place. Di ba class, if you notice, parang ulit-ulit lang tayo ng fair market value, expected and expected pa lang, then we have the realized already earned na. Okay. So promised cash flow on a bond no, come from two sources. Yung walang kamatayang interest is equals to principal times rate times time. And that would be your interest or coupon payment paid over the life of the bond and the lump sum payment. No? We go back to our definitions. No? So again, the bond valuation formula used to calculate for the fair present value. So coupon bond, you pay interest based on the stated coupon rate and the interest payment per year are generally constant over the life of the bond. We have also here zero bond. Coupon is, we have stated rate, ha? Okay? So constant siya over the life. Then coupon, do not pay coupon interest. Walang interest po ang coupon, no? Sorry, zero coupon. In other words, interest is zero. The face or the par value of the bond is the lump sum payment received by the bondholder at the maturity date. No? That's why you have the face value is generally set at $1,000 in the US. Diba? Ganon din, usually sa Pilipinas din, we set this as 1,000 par value bonds. Okay, so when new bonds are issued, the coupon rate on the new bond is typically set no, on the current interest rates. So same lang yung class sa US, no? Also with the Philippines setup. Okay. So ito class yung mga formula natin. If you notice, ito yung ginawa natin in terms of the bond valuations wherein the value of the bonds is that you have an interest divided by 2 because we do what do you call that average. No? So INT is the interest. Annual interest payment on the bond equals the par value of the bond times the percentage coupon rate. So interest divided by 2 divided by 1 plus R. The one here is the, sorry, I is the interest plus R because we compute for the present value. Yeah, so and so on and so forth. Same lang yung class, no? Wherein the VB is the present value of the bond, while M is the par value or the face of the bond. We go back to our cost of capital. Parang same lang sila, no? Interest is the annual interest. Yung T naman is the number of years until the bond matures. And RB is the annual interest rate used to discount cash flows on the bond. Okay? So, yun yung ating formula, no? Description pa rin. Okay? So, parang siya based on sa ating financial accounting wherein premium bond, no? So, premium bond, when the coupon bond is greater than the required return, no? On the fair market value. Di ba, class, pag premium is basically mas malaki, no? Mas malaki yung ating nakuha, no? If you are the investors, ha? Okay? Pero pag sinabi naman discount, ibig sabihin if you are the issuer, mas maliit, no? So again, premium is that when the coupon rate or a bond is greater than the required rate of return. Yeah, tama to, no? Or the present fair value is greater than the face value of the bond. We go back to our financial accounting, ha? Okay? Para at least you can be able to review, no? Then discount naman kabaliktaran, no? Wherein when the coupon rate of a bond is less than the required rate of return. Okay? Yan. Then we have also here par bond wherein the coupon rate on a bond is equal to the required rate of return on the bond, no? Or the fair market value is equal to the face value of the bond. Okay, when the coupon rate on the bond is equal to the yield to maturity of the bond, the current market price is equal to the face value of the bond. Ito class ay review lang ito ha of our 'di ba? So ito ay review lang dati, no? So, yan yung ating mga part, no, of it. Okay. Next one. Next one is about the bond valuation. So, ano naman yung mga bond valuation natin, no? So, bond valuation is the return or yield the bondholder will earn on the bond if he or she buys at the current market price, no? 'Di ba ito yung yield to maturity natin in our bond valuation? So, hopefully you still remember. And the Y2M may be solved as follows. Interest divided by 2 divided by 1 plus YTM divided by 2 and raised to 1. No? Plus yun and then, and so on and so forth. Depending kung ilan kung ilan yung term natin. No? Okay, we will discuss siguro some of this. No? We will solve problems with this. Okay. Next one is all about equity valuations. So, ano naman yung equity valuations? Valuations process for an equity instruments. Kanina is more on bonds, ito naman is more on equity. No? Of course, same also, we will have the present value of an infinite series of cash flows on an equity discounted or at the appropriate interest rates. Kanina class is more on interest, ito naman is more on cash flows. Okay? And these variables are often used in equity valuations, like dividend T, dividend paid to stockholder at the end of the year. You have PT, price of the firm's common stock. We have P0, current price of the firm's common stock. And RS, you have an interest rate, no? Or discount cash flows on the investment in stocks. Uh, 'Di ba? Same in doon, no? Plus, ito ay intrinsic value. So wherein the present value or methodology applies to the time value of money. Babalik na naman tayo with the time value of money wherein you will evaluate the stocks cash flows, no? Particularly for, yun nga, para malaman natin, no? On how you will be able to compute, particularly for your cash flow position. That's why the P0 here is that you have your P0 or dividend 1, no? 1 plus R, no? Same in class, ha? Sa ating ginagawa, no? Sa ating bonds. Kanina, if you notice, the bonds is you have an interest. Ito naman, we have our dividends. So parang same lang naman sila. Okay, yes. The price of the stock is equal to the present value of a future dividend, no? And whose value are uncertain, di ba? We go to this one. The common assumptions made regarding in the expected return, of course, you have number one, zero growth in dividends over infinite life. So we will consider it. And we have a constant growth rate in dividends over infinite life. And we have non-constant naman growth in dividends over infinite life. Yeah, so this one already discussed in FMG1 and FMG2. No, if you should remember, in financial accounting, financial management 1 and 2. No, okay. So zero growth, no? So zero growth, okay? So zero growth in terms of investment. Now dividends means that the dividends are expected to remain constant, okay? So remain constant, no? Particularly for uh, P0, no? So we go back to P0 wherein the intrinsic value, no? So dividend 1 divided by 1 plus R plus dividend 2 divided by 1 plus R and so on and so forth. Para malaman natin kung magkano ang ating intrinsic value or the value of our bonds, sorry, our equity today. In generalized form, PT is equals to dividend divided by RS. It will depends on your term of, sorry, depende yan sa time. Yeah, tama. Okay. So constant growth rate in dividends means that dividends on a stock are expected to grow at a constant rate. No, I think we discussed this one in computing for the intrinsic value. Hopefully, you still remember. P0 is equals to dividend 0 plus 1 plus G. If G here is growth rate divided by R is the return on equity divided by minus G. Therefore, dividend 1 divided by RS minus G. So in computing for the rate of return using that formula, okay, if you notice last, dividend 1 plus G divided by P0 plus G. Class, ano ba ang ano niyo dyan? Hopefully, you still remember yung ating discussion saan? Saan, class? Discussion sa ating, hopefully, you still remember, ha? Alright, sa ating what? Cost of capital. If you notice, that's the cost of capital of our equity. Dividend 1 divided by our market value, if any, minus rotation cost or any underpricing cost plus our growth rate. Hopefully, you still remember. Supernormal or constant or non-constant growth. No, ano naman to, class? No? So, firm often um, experience periods of supernormal or non-constant dividend, after which dividends growth settles at some constant rate. No? To find the present value, anong gagawin natin? No? To find the number one, find the present value of the dividends during the period of supernormal or non-constant. Number two, find the price of the stock at the end of the supernormal or non-constant using constant growth. But di ba we have naman constant growth rate. Then discount this price to the present value. And the last one, add the two components of the stock together. Okay, I think I have sample. Wala akong sample. So, impact of this interest rate. So, as interest rate increases, present value of the bonds decreases at the decreasing rate. Hopefully, you still remember my discussion about capital budgeting. Di ba? Pag tumataas yung interest natin, pag tumataas yung rate, no, the present value ay bumababa. No? And then at the same time, if you're computing for capital budgeting, hindi mo na siya i-accept, right? Hopefully, you still remember that one. Okay? So again, as the price interest rate increases, the present value of the bonds will decrease. So it vary inversely. Impact naman of this on the maturity on the security values as the bonds price sensitivity is measured by the percentage change in its present value for a given change on the interest rates. So ano mangyayari? Number one, the shorter the time remaining to maturity, the closer the bond price to its face value. Again, the shorter the time, of course, the closer the bond price. The farther a bond is from maturity, the more sensitive the price of the bond. Yeah. And with this, the relationship now on the bond sensitivity and maturity is not linear. So, paano yun, sir? So, with this, as the time remaining to maturity and the bond increases, price sensitivity increases, but a decreasing rate. So, go back to my discussion. So, lahat yan nandoon. Okay? The impact of this. So, impact naman of the coupon interest rates on security values. No? The following relationship hold when evaluating either the required rate of return and the resulting fair present value. So, sabi niya, class, the higher the bond coupon rate, the higher its present value at a given. O, class ay baliktad, no? Pag malaki yung coupon rate mo, the higher its present value. Kasi nga, yun yung kinocompute mo sa ating present value. The higher the bond coupon rate, the smaller the price changes on a bond for a given change in interest rates. So kanina is more on the present value at a given interest. Ito naman is number 2 is based on the price, no? The higher the bond coupon rate, no? The smaller the price changes on the bond for a given interest rates. Okay. Tandaan niyo, class, ha? Okay. Duration, no? So duration, ito class ay definitions of terms. So what is duration? Ito naman ay is a weighted average time to maturity on the investment using the relative present value on your cash flows as weights. Yan. So, yan na. So, produces an accurate measure of the price sensitivity of a bond to the interest rate changes for relatively small changes in interest rate. So, ang ating duration is the weighted average, no? So, same and with producing the measure, no? In addition to this, to being measured on the average life of an asset or liability, duration also has the economic meaning as sensitivity or elasticity. We go back to our discussion in economics, no? Or the assets or liabilities valued to small interest rate changes, either required rate of return or yield to maturity. Okay. So, general formula for duration. Nako, ano yan? Nakaiba. No? Duration for any fixed income security that pays interest. No? Kaiba, di ba? That's the formula, class. No? So, ibig sabihin, so duration is that you have the duration measured in years. T here is your time, the time period. N here is the number of period to maturity. CF is your cash flow. R is the current required. And the PV is the present value. Ano yung E? Summation yan. Summation of the CF times T divided by 1 plus RT. So, divided by summation to be multiplied by CF 1 plus R1. No? We'll give more examples of this. We will solve more problems about this one. Okay? All right. Then general formula continued. Recall that the most bond pays interest or pay interest semi-annually rather than, yeah. So, pag dalawa, so we have here ano lang siya, that the time is 1.5. Di ba kanina is only 1? We're in 1, no? Yes. A semi-annual to, we divide it by 2. Okay. So, ito yung sample ng ating duration. No? Suppose that you have bond to offer a coupon rate of 10% paid semi-annually for 5% paid every 6 months. And the face value of the bond is 1,000. It matures in 4 years. And the current rate is 8%. And the current price is 1067.34. At mamaya na we have table. We see in the 3.8 table, no, as part of your duration, as the calculation indicates that the duration or the weighted average to maturity, no, is 3.42. In other words, the time value basis that initial investment of 1067.34 is recovered after 3.42. So doon muna tayo sa 3.8, no? If you notice, ito yung kanina, no? So CF1 is 50, 50, 50. Kasi ano to, semi-annual, no? And the formula is 1 divided by 1 plus 4%. Ibig sabihin, yung 4% natin, ito class yung kanina, no? So 1, 4%. Alright, so 0.9615. So, yan. Then, ito naman yung pag-compute ng present value, CF divided by 1 and the 4%. Yes. And CF1 times T divided by 1 plus 4%. Alright, so ano pagkakaiba niya? So, same pa rin, no? With this, with the 9615. So, same lang yung T, CF1 and 1 divided by 1 plus 4%. Mag-iiba siya in terms of CF1, 1 plus 4%, no? In terms of the interest. Yan. So, magkano class yung dividends natin, no? So, D here, ang sabi kanina, we have 3.42 years. In other words, no, the time value on the basis of this, of the initial, is 1067 is recovered after 3.42. Kaya lang yung sa baba naman, what if lowered na? 6% na yung interest mo. Okay. So, kaibahan nila is about the interest, no? 4%, ito naman ay 6%, no? Ito yung 5%. Yan. So, magkakaiba yan class, 4% and 5%. So 5% naman, you have 3.39. So 3.393 is the CF1 times T divided by 1 plus 5%. So ganun class ang pag-compute natin ng present value in terms of years. Okay? Yan. So I have your sample. Okay. Next one. Duration of a zero coupon bond. The current price of an investor is willing to pay for the zero coupon bond, assuming that you have a semi-annual compounding of interest. It is equal to present value of the single fixed payment on the bond that is received on the maturity date. Here, you have your 1,000. So 1,000 here is your par value divided by 1 plus R. Ibig sabihin, you have your interest divided by 2 and 2. So required semi-annual compounded of return and yield. Number of years to maturity is the T, and we have our price. Para makuha natin kung magkano yung price natin. Okay. So ano yung features ng duration? Duration and coupon interest, the higher the coupon or promised interest payment on a bond, the shorter is duration. So pag malaki yung coupon mo, maliit yung duration. The larger the coupon or promised interest payment, the more quickly investors receive cash flows on a bond, and the higher are the present value weights or those cash flows in duration calculation. Duration and rate of return. Duration decreases as the rate of return on the bond increases. So they vary inversely. And duration and maturity, duration increases with maturity but at a decrease. So same as duration and rate of return and duration and the maturity. Okay. Then we have economic meaning of duration. In addition to being measured on the average life or bond, duration is also a direct measure of its price. All right, for small changes in interest rates, bond prices move in an inversely manner. So annual compounding or interest is equals to change in P divided by P is equals to D, no? To be multiplied by change in RB divided by 1 plus RB. So semi-annual, ganun lang, same. You will divide it lang by 2. Why? It is semi-annually. So modified duration, summation, change in P divided by our P is equals to negative MD times A. So we will solve problems about this one soon, ha? Okay? Then we have also your large rate, interest, and duration, no? So mga terms lang to, particularly for nga. So duration accurately measures the price sensitivity, no, of the security only for small changes in interest rates of the order of one or few basis. So ano yung basis natin? Alright, so basis point is equal to 100 of 1%. Okay? So duration misstates the change in the value of the security at a large interest rates. No? So a concept of convexity is that capital loss affects at large rate or increases tends to be smaller than your capital gains. Again, ano yung definitions? Convexity is the degree of curvature of the price interest rate curve around some interest rate level. No? And characteristics of it, no, of convexity, sorry, is that convexity is desirable. Okay? Ibig sabihin, the greater the convexity of a security or portfolio of the securities, the more insurance of interest rate protection. So, of course, pag malaki, no, we have higher or the more insurance or interest protection on an investor's or FI manager as against rate increases and the greater potential gains after interest rate falls. We have also your convexity increases the error in the duration as the investment criterion. Okay? So the larger the interest rate changes, the more complex is your fixed income of a portfolio. No? Or the greater the error, no, in using the duration. Okay? Or para lang to immunize the exposure. And the last one, all fixed securities are convex. Kasi nga, fixed income siya, fixed na, no? So as the interest rate change, bond price change at a non-constant rate. So I believe this is my last slide. So that's my explanations about other interest rates, measures. So again, thank you very much and hope to see you in my next video about financial market. So again, thank you and see you all. Bye bye.